I'm like, that was a very evil grin you have on your face. Like, I don't know where this is going right now.
Why it's gotta be evil though?
You look evil.
I look evil. I feel evil. Daniela,
Yes.
welcome to LA.
Well, me? I got here before you did. You welcome to LA.
What
Glad
is
you
it?
could join us.
What is up? It was a trip though. It was a trip. I think it was a great trip. I
So-
feel really good. I feel really good this year. Better than last year. I'm not sure what's happening right now as it relates to health, but I feel amazing. But that's not what we're here to talk about, Daniela. We're not here to talk about me feeling amazing. We're here to talk about Xbox stuff and
PC gaming.
PC gamer stuff. So talk to me. Talk to me. How are you? Let's start there. How are you, Daniela?
My flight was good.
Okay.
I only had one leg of the trip, and I came in Saturday.
Okay.
And I actually got to watch the Xbox stuff live.
Nice. Tell me about that. Tell me stories.
Jeez.
Share deets.
My goodness.
I'm so hyped right now.
That's why I recorded that thing and I sent it to you. I thought you would be so proud. I thought you'd be so
I
proud
am
of me.
proud.
I-
I'm always
I
proud
recorded
of you.
something by
I'm always
myself.
proud of you. I'm
my
always proud of you.
personal
And
feeling.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. We're going to use both audio pieces.
Okay, I will. And when I did that, there's like a lot of things when I recorded that I left out. I did it on purpose. It's not that I
Okay.
forgot about it because I figured, you know what, Andrew might have some really good inputs on that. So I
Absolutely.
really just kind of like highlighted things that super jived with me. So they
Fair
had
enough.
the gear stuff, they had the cyberpunk stuff,
All right.
12 minutes.
12 minutes? 12 minutes was dope?
It really was. And I was like, even Fantasy Star Online 2. I didn't get to play a whole lot of but you know, the fact is that so many people for so long have been asking for that to be brought to the West, and that
Nice.
they announce it and they're bringing it, and there's going to be crossplay. I thought was crazy. Like I sat around Godfrey and Vicious and Good Game Bro, and Peter, and they just going crazy.
Right,
Like,
right,
the
right.
amount of energy that was going through there for like a lot of the games was something that, I don't know, like it's addicting.
Right.
It really is.
Was
Like,
this your
I think
first,
it ruined-
Was this your first like briefing?
Yeah, well,
thing?
like of that
Of that?
size,
Of that
yeah,
size?
of that size
So-
and that energy, that was crazy. Like I think it pretty much ruined it for me to like watch it at home. Like watching it at home
Okay.
is nice, it's comfortable,
Right.
And you know you don't have to deal with other people. But then when you are surrounded by so many fans, regardless if they're media or just the Xbox Fan Fest guys,
Right.
we're all ultimately just gamers and fans
At heart, absolutely.
and just to see that excitement, it is absolutely just amazing. Like that's not even the word for it anymore. I really hope I get to go again next year.
Right.
So if I can, that'd be great.
Right.
And like they had a lot of good stuff that they came across. Like, well, so one of the things like in that 30-minute recording that I thought you were going to be proud about. I did.
I'm very proud already. I'm so proud.
I did leave out their Project Cloud, their X or Scarlet as
Absolutely.
they're coming across, and I thought that was such a. I don't think we theorized like so much about where they were going, but I was very surprised about how they announced that your current Xbox One will turn into your personal cloud
Streaming.
server,
Yeah.
their streaming service. I'm like,
Yeah.
that is smart, because I can tell you if I had to go and buy something else, like kind of like how Valve has their extra Steam machine or something
Right.
like that, I'd be really disappointed. But the fact that they're leveraging and using something that you already have existing to go into their next, I guess, generation, as you can say,
Right.
that's smart.
Right, right,
That's
right.
being able to reuse, tech you already have, equipment you already have, without it going to waste.
Right, right. It's good to see you, Daniela.
Oh my goodness.
Because we don't record like this all the time. We usually have a line going across the screen. So we don't record like this.
My goodness. I'm being all serious over here, and you're just like super excited.
I'm so hyped.
Oh my god.
I'm so hyped. Because this is great. This is the time where we get to share moments and stuff like that and other conversation. But anyway, so Xbox. Let's go back to Xbox. There was a lot of things that I thought that was really exciting for me. did you have a list order that you want to tackle them on, or
So here's the funny part
Talk
is
to
that
me.
I was
Talk
like
to
the
me.
super OG pen and paper media journalist. I started to write stuff down, like
Right.
little notes.
Right.
But I was so excited that there was a point where I kind of just jumped up and I lost my notebook and I lost my pen. And I'm like, you know what?
Okay.
Like,
What happened?
I'll have to wait till after. I just got excited. I couldn't put my stuff
That's
down fast enough
that's all
because I
right.
was so excited. And I'm like, okay.
I
And
stopped
you're
writing
giving
after
it-
the Dragon Ball Z part because I was at the airport watching it, right? And I was taking notes line by line, right? That kind of a thing. And I kind of got buffered out with the airport Wi-Fi. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm done. I guess I'm just gonna have to capture that on the flip side. So, but I did finish watching everything, so I'm up to date. So anything that you want to talk about in relation to the Xbox stuff, we can go right into
Oh,
that.
all the stuff that I love, like obviously the Cyberpunk stuff, like Keanu Reeves. My throat is
Keanu
hurting
Reeves.
because I was screaming so loud. Okay, it wasn't just for Cyberpunk, but that kind of like initiated a lot of stuff because I was just like yelling, and it's funny because like the guy in front of me, I was like, "I'm so sorry for your ears," and
Right.
everybody's like, "It's okay.
Right.
That's why we're
That's
here."
why we're here. Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Like, okay, that's cool. But yeah, I think I was talking to you about it. I'm not too sure. I know I was talking to several people about it because I love to watch anime, and
Yes.
I was asked how come I never ever play any of like the Dragon Ball fighter games,
Right.
and I really just didn't really jump into it. It's like fighters is my thing, but not really. And I was telling somebody, like, you know what? If they ever came out with an RPG of Dragon Ball where either I can create my own character or take on the life and play through the series as that character, whoever it may be from,
Right.
their point of view, I would be so down for it. And so when I saw in that little tiny print underneath there, action RPG, I
Right.
like lost it. I'm like, yes, that is something I'm going to jump on. I'm going to be behind that. That is all me. I'm so excited.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so let's just do some quick hits. Gears 5.
Oh my goodness. But Billie Eilish, like Gears has like that soundtrack for their trailers that's always so perfect and so fitting. And Billie Eilish is definitely one of my new favorite artists for this year.
Okay.
And to have her tied in with Gears just seemed to fit so well is that dark, eerie, but beautiful sound that she creates to go with it. Oh man, it's so good. I can't wait to get my hands on the game. They announced their new mode, Arcade. That 3-player kind of co-op where you're trying to escape the hive.
I liked it. I liked it.
It was a lot of fun. Even the music they chose there was
Yeah.
like really hype and energetic. Everything. And you know what?
Graphics?
It's like, it looks beautiful. Oh my goodness, it looks as gory and as gruesome as it can be. And the thing is, I didn't realize how soon that is. September 10th. That's like
I
kind of
didn't even
scary.
realize it was coming out this year.
Me either, because like all of September, the hype for September for me is Borderlands 3, which comes out Friday, September 13th, and then you have Gears on September 10th, and I'm like, man.
It's gonna be popping this fall. Is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy this fall. So you have Gears, you have Crossfire.
Crossfire X.
What do you think about that?
I don't know what to think about it because all I see is really like cinematic kind of trailer to it. There's no gameplay to it, and they don't really lead to what the storyline is going to be. I'm like, okay, that's a beautiful cinematic, but I'm not really tied or invested into it because I still don't quite get what you're trying to show me or what you want me to be excited for. Other than it looks really cool. So
Okay.
Eh.
New studio, Tim Schafer's, right?
yeah.
What you think about that? See, I was paying attention. I was paying attention.
See,
I was paying
you
attention.
tell me what you think about
I was
it.
paying
You think-
attention. Woo!
Well, it can't be all my thoughts. It can be your thoughts
listen,
too.
I'll talk. We'll talk. We talking. We chatting. We chilling. Okay, so I think that Xbox adding additional studios to their portfolio is an amazing thing. Okay, and I believe that it's only going to get better for them as they continue to build that environment of individuals knowing that, okay, hey, Microsoft has studios now, and we're going to anticipate and expect some good content coming from them. So it feels, even the vibe of watching this Xbox briefing for 2019 is totally different than the last 2 or 3 that we've seen, because they're really trying to be about the players.
Yes.
And I love that. From the Elite controller, which we can touch on, to the Scarlet, the Project Scarlet. What's the matter? Why are you
No, just
laughing?
go ahead. We
Right?
continue.
Well,
Let me get around to it.
We're vibing right now. We're vibing right now, okay? Vibing, okay? From the controller to the console, to the games, to the studios, to the presentation, to even Keanu Reeves, as loose as he was on stage, talking to the individuals in the crowd. He was like, no, wait, I need to finish this. You know, all that, you know, humble. His career, we didn't even touch on that. Now I'm thinking about it. Keanu Reeves' career has been amazing.
He's a very humble actor.
And he's still going strong with all the stuff that he's coming out with. John Wick was not too long ago. We find out that he's in Cyberpunk 2077. What else is next? So I don't think that's going to be the last thing that he's going to do for gaming if he really enjoyed it.
Maybe. We'll see. I mean, he's got Bill and Ted's. They're doing that too, so he's filming for that.
A new one?
I'm excited. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
It is. I'm excited.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on.
But
Tim
okay,
Schafer.
so
What are we talking about?
you're talking about it. My mind wasn't even there.
We talking about it.
You talking.
We talking about it. I'm excited. I'm excited to see studios get on board with a platform that really, if we wanted to put it into perspective, Halo pulled me in, even though I hated it in the beginning. Right? I was like, well, who wants to shoot aliens? And that was kind of weird, in a weird green robot suit. And I fell in love with Halo. Right? Mm-hmm. There is that. And then we see all the different things that's happening with Sony taking a break. Right? Fair enough. They're taking a break because they don't have much to show. That's great. And then we see all the stuff that Xbox is doing, over 60 games. Right? They said that they showed across the stuff, and they're really excited about us being excited about the things that they're putting out. So I'm excited for them.
I think I like the way that Xbox is going. What?
One more thing, and I'm not rating the shows anymore. Go ahead.
Okay. There's no point in rating the shows when there's only really one show.
I'm not rating them anymore. PC gaming show we're gonna talk about. Bethesda, which do you see Bethesda stuff?
Yeah, I watched the Bethesda stuff.
Okay.
I watched the Bethesda and the Devolver Digital stuff.
Okay, fair enough.
No, I think what is really great is that they're actually putting their gamers first, and one of the things he says is that what Xbox is it's your gaming system. It's not for all the other stuff that they wanted you to try to use it for, but it's just for gaming. And the fact that they are definitely leading that whole cross-play, cross-platform, they're really, really pushing that. And I think that's awesome. And I think that's something that is lacking on Sony's side. And I hope that, that changes over time. It's kind of like, it's like that non-physical but physical differences, like when Xbox was with the HD DVD and Sony chose Blu-ray, which one are you going to choose? This is something like that. Whereas only so long can Sony just be so we're picky and choosy about who they're going to have that cross play with. Where Xbox is just like everybody. If you're going to keep playing on top of our system, play with everybody. So I think that's great. Now, I made a face when you were talking about their new Elite 2 controller.
You did?
I did.
I was trying to figure out where you were going to go with that. What's up?
Doesn't it kind of look like Astro C40s?
I wasn't going to say it.
I'll say it.
I was going to say it.
It kind of does. Which kind of like...
Is that a bad thing? It's flattering.
It's flattering. It is very flattering. It's very flattering. And it's like, yeah, I am an Astro partner. I don't ask them these questions. They don't tell me these things. I don't even think they would tell me these things if I asked them that question. But if I, as a consumer, looking at it, Astro C40s came out and it's only PC and PlayStation 4. You're kind of wondering, why is there a model for the Xbox? I don't know what the logistics or whatever happened behind the scenes why there wasn't one made for the Xbox, but with the Elite 2 controller now, which does kind of have somewhat of that similar look and somewhat of the customization, I'm like, I kind of get it. Maybe it was on Microsoft's or Xbox side, or like we already have our own thing going on,
Right.
because it will have like that wireless Bluetooth capabilities. And like, all right.
Right, so there's a Bluetooth capability for that controller. For the C40, there's a proprietary adapter for the wireless thing that they have, right?
Mm-hmm.
From what I recall, that we have the line and the line charger. You have the software stuff. It looks good. I mean, if you could use it, you probably could use it on the PC and the Xbox, specifically for the Elite controller, right?
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the thing for that. So I dug it. I was like, whoa! I said, yo, it snaps on just like the C40. That's what I thought. Yeah.
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 Copycats.
That's great.
Kidding.
That's great. That's great. Okay, so you have that. So you have Halo. You have Cyberpunk. What other major things that you saw that caught your attention?
Those are really kind of it. I mean, of the indie side of things, Ori and the Will of Wisp, that was a beautiful game. That looked great.
Beautiful game.
And 12 minutes.
12 minutes.
12 minutes is so, that type of game so screams my name.
So
like
he's talking to his wife. He's saying some stuff.
So he's reliving this 12-minute loop, and he's trying to piece together the bigger picture of it too.
That's crazy.
It's like you're continuously living this loop. You know it is, and each time you live it, you get a new bit of information. But you're also like having this conversation with your wife to be like, "Look, we already did this. This is everything you're gonna say. I'm not crazy."
How do you know this? Right.
And then you also have that mentality of somebody that's receiving that information. But how do you know? Like they have their own questions about how it is that they're coming across as, and you have to try to explain it as fast as you possibly can because you have like a finite amount of time to be able to do it.
What am I doing? What is he doing reaching over? I'm reaching over because my tablet's in my bag, and I want to make sure that... See this?
His
see
pen
this?
and paper notes here.
Okay. See my notes right here? I was kind of like bawling out at the airport. All right, so let me look. I want to make sure we didn't miss anything.
Bleeding Edge. That was another one. That was a good one. That
Bleeding
they
Edge.
started off with that one from
Tech
Ninja
Alpha.
Theory. Yeah.
Right.
That's gonna be on the-
627. Okay, you mentioned Ori. Minecraft Dungeons. Okay, so there's that. Blair Witch. Any thoughts on that?
So it's funny. Okay, so the people that were sitting around me, which
Got
is
my
Godfrey, and every Godfrey's like, friends and all that other stuff. They were, what was it? What they were talking about? I forget which horror movie game. Oh, they kept like, oh, it's Alan Wake. It's Alan Wake. It's Alan Wake.
I thought it was Alan Wake
and
also.
I'm like, I really wanted to turn around. It's like, how did you guys not know it's Blair Witch? Like, it's obviously Blair Witch. There's the camera. There's going through the forest. There's that one scene where the guy is standing inside the
I didn't
corner.
connect the pieces.
In the corner, I'm like, that's Blair Witch.
I didn't.
It's Alan Wake. I'm like, Blair Witch.
I didn't connect
And
the
then,
pieces.
like, they do the zoom out on the forest, and they're like, Blair Witch? Yes. Camera,
no
man in the
idea.
corner.
I'm glad you knew. I had no
And
idea.
then, like, it was like, I don't know.
So, Cyberpunk 4/16/2020. 4/16/2020 for Cyberpunk,
Yes.
right? That was that. Spiritfarer caught my attention. That was dope. I really dug what I saw there. Okay, Battletoads.
Did you like the Battletoads? Come on.
Absolutely.
Of course you did. I know you got
Absolutely.
some comments for the Battletoads.
Absolutely. I dug the whole thing. I can't wait to... Okay, so the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, there's been a lot of different conversations happening on social where if you do a dollar thing, you're good till like 2021 or 2020. I don't know if you've been seeing those conversations. I'm interested in seeing what that's about, to play some of these games that are exclusive to the pass or Xbox period, right? So I'm thinking about it.
They're really, really pushing the
They're pushing
Xbox
it.
Game Pass, and they're making it very attractive for people to jump on it now, because
Absolutely.
a lot of the new games that are coming out is like, oh, you want to play it? Yeah, 4 days, 4 days earlier or a week earlier. Here is an introductory rate of $1,
Yeah, and I think that's great. So that got my attention. Legend of Right caught my attention. I think that was an indie side. Blazing Chrome caught my attention. That gave me like a Contra vibes, which was really cool. Night Call was interesting. What is this? Sarah Bond, head of partnerships. Diversity on stage,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Dope stuff. Thoughts?
Um, I like that it's slowly, even though it's slowly going that direction to include that diversity, and it's it being put more in the forefront rather than like something in the background where you don't know what's happening.
Absolutely.
So you have like a face to put to it.
Absolutely. So there's that, and they talked about the bundle, the Xbox Game Pass bundle, Flight Simulator. There was that, Age of Empires, Wasteland, and that's when I buffered out. I think we're good.
That was
I
a
think we're
lot.
good.
There was a lot. So,
Yeah.
are you sold on Project Scarlet? I should stop calling it Project Scarlet because it's just officially known as Scarlet. Xbox Scarlet.
I am, but I want to know more. 120 frames per second or something like that. They were talking about DDR6 RAM. They mentioned, right? They made fun of an elevator scene when it's loading in the background. They kind of made fun of that, which that's what game is that? That is
It could be any game, really. Resident Evil. I mean, Resident Evil is known for having their loading
elevator
screens being
scene.
a door.
Mass Effect, the first one.
Okay, I never played it.
Yeah, I think there was a big elevator scene that you kept doing for loading stuff. So they kind of make fun of that. Maybe they were, but that's subjective. That's my opinion. I'm not saying that's the game that they were making fun of or whatever. You know what it is. So there's that. I'm really hyped for the box being a streaming piece. I'm really hyped about that.
Okay, so my overall thoughts about it is if we're doing away with physical games and everything is going to be streamlined like that, and then we read into what Google Stadia has right now. All their stuff is being streamed through your browser. Guess what? It doesn't support Hawaii. I mean, I mentioned this earlier in the year, in which it's like I was in that beta testing for like almost 5 months. Not once could I connect because my ping wasn't below their threshold, which was 40. I always lingered at like around 50. I could never ever happen, and I said, like, unless the internet infrastructure changes or improves, or they have a server that's closer by, Hawaii's not going to be in that service. And sure enough, it isn't. It's not there. So how does that affect or change how Xbox Scarlet's going to be working for places like Hawaii or in remote areas in the U.S., which doesn't have like the best internet infrastructure and backbone needed? Like, how are they going to address that? That is my big issue and my question right there.
Man, y'all give it up for Daniela. She's a podcaster pro right now.
Oh my God.
Give it up for Daniela. Look at you. I'm so proud. What else we got? What?
Nothing.
What?
I got nothing.
What? You got nothing?
I got nothing. But yeah, that was like, there was a lot of hype. Oh, you know what we're leaving out that was really, really huge about Gears?
What we got?
Terminator.
Yes.
Oh my God, I don't even know how that fit in, but I don't care how that
like
fits in. I know it's like the way to market, the new Terminator that's coming out, obviously. Right. How do you fit that into there? Because you know what? I'm just gonna go with it because that looks so badass.
Absolutely. So I'm digging that. I'm digging the fact that they're doing stuff like that. Even the Keanu stuff was a surprise to me. But the fact that he's in the game, I think is amazing. So yeah, so that's all we have for the Xbox stuff. We're going to do a separate segment for the PC.
You don't want to just flow right into the PC gaming show?
You want to
do? We could.
Okay. PC gaming show.
Or we can do Bethesda, or we can do...
PC gaming show.
Okay.
We'll toss this in there.
All right, so
Daniela,
PC
this is all you.
gaming show was this morning. It was about a couple hours ago. So I really loved going last year. Last year I thought it was a lot of fun. It was very relaxed. I got to, experience, the aura that is Frankie Ward. She's great
amazing.
co-host.
Shout out Sarah. She was on the podcast. Definitely check that out.
She was co-hosting again this year, but I felt like in a weird way that the vibe was different. I don't know how to explain that really.
Format change maybe, because I didn't see any of it. I'm thinking format change.
The format change didn't necessarily change of the show itself. Okay. But the surprising part is it took me a little while until like yesterday to really think. I'm like, I don't remember last year's PC gaming show being so early in the morning.
Okay.
And I was like, why is it so early today? I know 10 a.m. is really not that early, but it was much earlier than it was. And I remember last year when you and we went over to the PC gaming show, we were actually eating breakfast before we went. And do you remember what we were watching during breakfast?
What were we watching?
The Sony conference. That was happening on Sunday mornings. I'm like, Oh, so Sony's not here, so you move yourself up. All right.
So
All
how did that work
right.
out for them?
I mean, when we got there, I got there at 9. The doors opened at 9. There was already a really long line. There was a
Mhm.
lot of people. I don't remember there being that many people last year, but there was. Samsung was showing off their new curved monitor as well too. It was really nice, but like I think it was like a $14.99 price point. It was a little bit extreme. I'm like, oh boy,
Right.
but it was a beautiful monitor. It felt like there was like almost less seating space in a way. They extended the stage out a little bit more so they could walk out and then like come
Or
out
engage
more.
with the crowd kind of thing?
Yeah, but then it reduced the amount of seats that were in that lower front row.
Okay.
But it wasn't. It was more of the games. I guess I really wasn't invested into too many of them.
Here's what I'm hearing.
What is that?
Here's what I'm hearing.
What?
Okay, so I'm just going to ask. Was the show lamer than last year?
Yeah. It kind of was. And the thing is like it's not. The format didn't change. The games
Okay.
just weren't just doing it for me.
I got another one for you.
What's up?
What was the script like for the hosts this year versus last year?
About the same.
It was the same?
Mhm.
Same quirky comedy kind of thing
Yep.
that was in there?
Yeah.
Did it feel forced?
No.
Okay. All right, cool.
Not as
Cool.
like it was just as cheesy and as silly as PC gaming shows usually is. It was just I think the games really. I think it was just kind of like they had some kind of interesting ones. Like they briefly. I think okay, the games that I think should have had more focus on was Shenmue 3. They very briefly
That's shameful.
just like
How
just
you
went
not
through.
talk about that's shameful.
And I was like, it was like super quick. I think they had
Right.
like a brief conversation that was like, when I say brief, it felt like 30 seconds.
Nah, that's
Show
not-
the game trailer, done, next game. Like,
That's
that's
Shenmue.
it.
That's probably
it.
the biggest game they had in their lineup. I didn't watch the show.
Borderlands 3. They had
Okay, so
Borderlands 3
yeah,
in there.
okay,
They
so-
did spend more time on top
So
of that.
the second biggest game in their lineup then.
But like the other games, I think it's just my personal interest that I just didn't.
Indie stuff?
Yeah, but
Okay.
it wasn't anything like I felt like last year there were so many games. I'm like, oh my god, I want to play this game. I want to see this game. I want to see this game. And this year it was kind of like,
For someone who doesn't do
Alright.
much on PC, I was really hyped from some of the stuff that I saw last year at the show. Not the same?
Not this year. Nope.
Wow. Okay.
It really wasn't. At least
Wow.
I didn't get that feeling from it whatsoever. Like they have like a brief like update from the Maneater game, which is that Shark RPG.
hmm
And then I think the only other thing that I really am looking kind of forward to, there's 2 games. One is called Midnight Ghost Hunter,
Okay.
which is like a hide and seek game. Either you can be the ghost that's being hunted or the ghost hunters, like Ghostbusters or anything like that. And it's kind of takes over after. So Call of Duty has this game called like Prop Hunt.
Okay.
So you can hide in as these different props. It's kind of like that, except that you as a ghost are hiding in props, and then you can actually attack people.
Okay.
So that was kind of cool. And then the only other one was Conan Cha Chop, which earlier this year it came out, and everybody assumed that it was an April Fool's joke, and then they didn't say anything about it, and they're like, no, it's a real game.
It's a real.
Yeah, it's a real game.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, that's cool. It's like Conan and stick figure, and it's roguelike adventure game. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. But that's it. I mean,
That's it.
I left 20 minutes early.
Wow.
And like once the Borderlands stuff was like done, I'm like, yeah, these seats are uncomfortable. I'm like bored. I gave you an hour and 40 minutes of my time. I can't anymore.
Okay.
I'm gone.
So, do you believe that they'll change the format next year based on the feedback that they get? Because if you're feeling this way about how it went this year,
I think so, because I wasn't the only person that left early.
okay.
There were several people who left kind of early, and I'm like, all right. I don't know what it was, because like both of them as hosts, it was perfectly fine. I don't think it's the necessary of the show. Really, I'm sticking with the games, or
Okay.
just like the interest in the variety of games that I just found that were appealing. I think that was just like, I think it's just a really slow year or slow amount of announcements to bring out really appealing games. That's kind of it. I mean, nothing that was memorable or anything to write home about, sadly.
All right, cool.
So
Those-
it kind of
those are-
sucks to go from Xbox. You're like, woo, and then you're like,
But guess what?
PC gaming.
We're hanging out
Aw.
again at E3 2019. Oh, it's a high note. How about that?
Yeah,
That's
that's a high
exciting.
note.
That's exciting. So, guys, thanks for watching the PC Gaming Show and Xbox briefing reactions from us. I'm your host, Andrew,
And I'm Danny.
and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.